Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2024. Cards of the Heart again here with FFR Pro 21 for our final match of the first round of the losers bracket, the final match of today. It is the 12 seed LuckyOwl360 against the 13 seed Bbforky FFR. These seed numbers will definitely not tell the tale of how close this match, it won't tell a tale of how close this match will be, or whatever the perceived skill level is of these players. I mean, Lucky Owl is new to the tournaments, but also had quite the time keeping up with Tayman for a little bit last week, and Bbforky posted some of the fastest lower level times we had in our first round last week. So FFR, what do you expect to see from this match?
Yeah, this will be interesting. You know, as we said, Lucky Owl was actually able to keep up with Tayman very well, despite falling a little bit short here. And you know, Forky's performance on the lower levels was quite stellar against Fate, but it was just that normal difficulty that kind of gave him a little bit of trouble. So, you know, we'll see how the variance goes in this match coming up.
And we are starting on maximum variance thanks to Bbforky deferring the choice to Owl for Game 1. We are playing on the hard level as we did to start the last match. Is it simply a matter of getting the hardest stuff out of the way first, you think?
Yeah, it's possible. You know, hard mode we've seen does carry a fair bit of variance, so maybe the players just want to kind of get the most of the RNG out of the way first, and maybe concentrate on some of the lower levels where they can really try to get some good times.
Maybe also to catch some people off guard with the variance early on. I think if people are warming up and not supremely crisp in their execution, hard mode would certainly punish you the most out of any of the levels. But okay, our players are ready to go, so I will let them on their way, and we will see this Game 1 play out very shortly. Game 1, best of 5. Both players looking to avoid elimination in this matchup. 12 seed LuckyOwl360, the newcomer. 13 seed Bbforky, as veteran as they get. So, Game 1 is underway. And maybe Bbforky started a little bit on the late side. Something we might want to keep an eye on if this race gets close. And considering what we've already seen from hard mode in this tournament, it is definitely possible for this race to get close.
Yeah. Boyle got a nice big chain off of there. Nice 16. Forky not far behind with an 18. Also, that mole that Forky has there actually reminds me of the mole minigame from Animorphs for the Game Boy Color.
Oh no, I wanted to block that game out of my mind and you brought it back. FFR, what are you doing? Oh no.
Dude, I have not played that game in like probably a good like 8 years now.
Maybe that's something most of us should forget sooner rather than later, but don't look now. Bbforky got a better Brock out of that stage and is going to get the lead right back. Expect we could see several lead changes throughout. And I would be remiss to not acknowledge our friends at Tetris Attack Online, playing out their panel attack intermediate level tournament today, and saying hello to us afterwards. So welcome everyone watching from Tetris Attack Online, bringing you some Pokemon Puzzle League every weekend, all weekend long for quite the foreseeable future, at least for the next 4 or 5 weeks at least. So welcome everyone that rated in. We'll see how people approach the speed run of this game compared to how people would play it in a versus capacity, and it really does feel like there are some different skill sets there, especially when you get to the high levels of the one-player stadium. You definitely see more of a chain-heavy approach, but I don't know, FFR, do you tend to focus more on combos or chains in these lower levels?
For the lower levels, I definitely try to focus more on the combos. Since lower levels, the AI is generally pretty slow, and as long as you're able to top them off quickly and keep them topped off, you should be able to win in a fairly short amount of time. It is when you get to the higher difficulties that you kind of gotta be a little more tactful with your attacks.
And in our early going right now, as both players have made a third of the way through this 15-stage hard run, it is Lucky Owl with a very slight lead, but she is by and large executing the combos that she would need to see in order to give herself the best chances here. Although both players taking a little bit of time to get their attack started onto Koga, but 20 seconds is definitely respectable for both players. Both players ideally would see a bunch of stages under 20 seconds, but we've already seen how much of a trouble it can be to finish these hard mode runs in under 10 minutes, so should be no shame in either player struggling in this level more than the others we will see today.
Oh my goodness. Sabrina for Lucky Owl going down to row 3. Bbforky's going to take advantage of that and take the lead right back.
Yeah, again, if it takes a minute to I have a general rule of thumb for these lower levels that for every 10 seconds it takes you to send an attack, that you should send an extra line of garbage ahead of what you were originally planning, and I tend to plan for 4 or 5 lines of combined combo and chain garbage to beat these opponents. So yeah, every extra time it takes to get the attack started, you're going to have to make a bigger attack, just from the nature of these opponents making matches and making chains throughout. You can mitigate that a little bit by leading your attacks with combos, as these players are showing to various degrees of success right now. But right now it is our veteran 13 seed off to a bit of a lead. Lead is growing now thanks to that 13-second Tracy. That's going to give Bbforky a lead of about 20-ish seconds, which is definitely not impossible to make up at this stage, FFR, but it's not the most uncomfortable thing to have in this level.
Yeah, we have seen players come back from nearly 2 stages down to almost win some races. So definitely not out of the realm of possibility, but Tracy is bullying Lucky Owl, which is allowing this lead to grow for Forky here. Pushing that Panepon 2-stage lead.
Okay, Bbforky getting a 4 chain to start off this attack with some combos. Not quite getting the double 4 setup that we hope to get. I'm not sure how much it mattered, though, as it seemed like Giovanni had that stack fairly well leveled off. So it's going to be 25 seconds, seemingly regardless of what Bbforky was going to do. And Owl needing a second attack to deal with Team Rocket, and they will do some poor down stacking to lose in 20 seconds. You're not familiar with this game. This game doesn't... You don't really win in this game. You force lose conditions, not win conditions. You have to force your opponent's stack of panels through the top of their screen, and once the panels have reached the top of the screen, there's a little bit of an invisible timer that counts up to a predetermined value depending on the level, or depending on the speed level that these stages play at. The levels you might be familiar with if you play Versus, they go from 1 to 10, and each level has varying effects on gravity and when things start to fall and such. And on this level, hard mode plays at level 4. Meanwhile, the other levels we will see later on in this match play at 2 for normal mode and 1 for easy mode. So this is a fairly comfortable level to play at for most people, probably showing why this level historically has had the most popularity to run. But it only gets easier from here on out, puzzlers.
Quote unquote easier.
Yeah. According to the game, it's easier. Definitely easier to win. Definitely not easier to go fast. I say this. I say this as the record holder for easy and normal levels, and my broadcast partner here is the S-hard record holder. So we certainly have been around the block in terms of figuring out how to go fast in these games. But don't look now. Bbforky is here on the final stage as Lucky Owl finishes off Lorelei in a rather nice 18 seconds, and now we're starting to see what hard mode can do. Gary II has a way of wasting a lot of time. And that's going to be a chain from Gary. That's going to enable a couple of seconds of playtime. Oh, Gary might have a problem here. And Gary does run out of time, and Lucky Owl gets a 9-second Bruno. Ooh. Oh my goodness. A little too late, but quite a punctuation on this first game. So, with that time of 10 minutes, 12 seconds, it is Bbforky taking home the first Pokeball. But man, did Owl go a long way to make that close at the end. With an 18-second Lorelei, 9-second Bruno. A 9-second time is definitely something you do not scoff at this level. Like, top players are looking for 9-second hard mode stages. To quote another famous American broadcaster, that's insane. Bonus points in the comments if you know who I'm referencing there.
There we
And Lucky
go.
Owl's done. 11 minutes, 25 seconds. Not too bad. Not too bad. We've definitely seen a lot of players finish with worse times on the hard level, so nothing to be too disappointed at from Owl's perspective. Forky kind of did what Forky tends to do. Put up a nice enough time. So, with 2 levels left to play, it is Lucky Owl's choice as the loser of the race for what the next level is going to be. And Owl has decided we will be taking on the normal level for game 2. And with this downgrade in difficulty, we will see a downgrade on how these opponents will move. And also on the first stage, how Gary will not raise his stack at the beginning for reasons. This certainly gets a lot slower. Alright. Both players are in the race room. Forky has the 1-0 lead early on as we hit a slower level. And we are now ready to start game 2. I appreciate Forky actually starting his race a little bit closer on time with the race timer. It's alright though. If there is a huge discrepancy with the racetime.gg timer that we use to track these races in real time and the actual time based on the normal timing rules of the run, then I can go back and check them later. But for an opponent that does not raise their stack at the beginning, both players certainly handled that first stage fairly well, FFR, with the 17 and 19 respectively.
Yeah, very nice starts from both players. We've actually seen people have trouble on Gary 1 getting their normal runs off, but not from these two.
Oh, wow.
That was a little close for Forky there.
Forky's Brock downstacked and tried to get to the garbage clearing time and could not. If any new garbage blocks had entered the screen that were not already dropped from the garbage queue by the time that first attack came down, we might have seen a garbage clear there. That's one of the annoying things about playing this game specifically compared to the others in the series. That stack health I referenced earlier from the stack reaching the top of the screen, ticking up to a predetermined timer. That timer actually resets if any new garbage blocks empty from the garbage queue into the field, because like you can get garbage blocks, you can get new garbage blocks appearing that were already emptied out from the garbage queue before that don't necessarily reset that stack health timer. But it is certainly a thing that can happen if you send a lot of small garbage blocks. Something to keep in mind if things start to go awry.
Both players are actually got pretty solid runs going. Oh, Forky scrambling for that chain attack. Oh! Erica just got to that on time. And... oh, I thought that was going to be a low Erica for Owl there, but not really. So both players are pretty close after 5. Forky's got a handful of a second lead still.
I hope Al's I think Al's recognizing that her combo game is not exactly where she needs it to be to play with these top players, so she is extending some chains, and I'm like low-key kind of impressed with some of the ways she's been able to keep a few of these chains going. So as far as sending the garbage, she might actually be doing better overall than Forky on just sending the raw amount of garbage. Like maybe from Forky's experience of holding the S-Hard record, maybe he's trying for more exact attacks, and he's falling short a few extra times.
Yeah, and that falling short, it's actually now giving Owl a bit of a lead. Now she has a lead by about a handful of seconds here. And that is a very tall pillar that Sabrina is not gonna get to.
Okay, Forky. Don't think I'm not gonna call you out on that stealth swap you did not need to do to get that chain started. Definitely did not need to stealth swap past a potential color conflict by using both of the panel swapping buttons in quick succession to keep a match from registering. There was certainly a way to continue that chain without having to do the stealth swap, but the swag, Forky is certainly known for the swag, if nothing else, in the community. I mean, we call Forky strats going big enough on the chains to get into the special chain, the mystery chain marker past X15, which we may need to see on at the very end of this tournament just to beat some of the S-Hard opponents. We'll see how much we need to get to that throughout this turn, because right now Lucky Owl is absolutely laying down the chains and laying down the law on these opponents. A 13-second Tracy will seek to extend the lead a little bit more as Forky gets a little garbage clear. That's going to cause a down sack and another garbage clear. No! Game! Why are you scamming these players out of so much time? Oh,
yeah, and then
my
more garbage
goodness.
is coming in. Oh! Tracy almost got more. Ooh, this is a really low Team Rocket for Lucky Owl. She's gonna need to send at least a few more lines.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
This might be the...
oh dear. That's a 3-chain from Team Rocket. Oh, she gets the... oh, she did get the slow burn there.
Just counterattacks in time to get out of that stage. She keeps the lead over Bbforky for now, but it is... the race has gotten a lot tighter at this point. With 4 stages to go, this race could still go either way, puzzlers.
Yeah, Forky actually caught up a big amount of time on Lucky Owl there.
Okay, going up to a 4-chain. No real extra combos after the initial 4. Going to give Giovanni some time to get that garbage clear. Forky's Giovanni does not get that time. And Bbforky will be taking the lead right back.
Yeah, and Giovanni Oh, Giovanni, why'd you go for that 6 combo? All right, Gio.
Okay, Giovanni doing some fancy inserts to extend his chains. Now wasting all of Lucky Owl's time. Oh no, Forky getting chained on a little bit by Richie. Gonna waste a little more time. Not supremely punished though. So he's building close to about a 25-second lead on to Lucky Owl with 2 stages to go. Forky would like to put this match away quickly. And another garbage clear.
Looking a little more likely with that Richie garbage clear. And more clearing. Oh, this is kind of a low right on Lorelei. And that will mean Forky will be the first into Bruno. Oh, and Richie's just still popping off on Owl here.
Oh, this is what normal mode has a chance to do. You really hate to see it. But Bbforky is on to the final stage, has a chance to take a 2-0 lead with that early stack raise. That is going to confound and confuzzle Bruno all the way to a 13-second stage and a time for Bbforky of 9 minutes 13 seconds. And that will be enough to get Pokeball number 2. So Bbforky definitely doing what he needed to do to put a stranglehold on this match. Like, Owl is certainly doing some good things to keep these chains going, but starting to see a bit of an evident limit on her play, like making more use of combos during the chains is certainly a difficult skill to learn and incorporate into your game, but we are getting to the point with the amongst the top players that you kind of need to make more combos during your chains in order to keep up.
See if Lucky Owl can get a nice clean Bruno here. That is not going to be enough, but here comes the secondary attack.
And yeah, Al's been inconsistent with it. Al's been good sometimes with leading the chains with the double 4 combos. It's following up with the chains that's left her short a few times. But Owl is able to finally finish at a 10:52, which I believe was a better time for her than she had in last week's match. So we are seeing improvement from her.
Yeah, and for the good majority of that normal run, she was actually doing really well. Like, clean attacks, getting clean stages. Just kind of fell apart towards the end there, unfortunately.
And now we will approach the easy level for Game 3 to keep Lucky Owl's tournament alive. We shall see if she is able to step up her combo game for this level that definitely relies the most on just building up the combos and the chains at the same time. This is just a garbage race for this easy level. So let's see how these players will react to this even slower speed of easy mode with Game 3. And like normal mode, Gary the First will not raise his stack at the beginning of the stage. And as you will also see, unlike normal mode, Brock also does not want to raise his stack at the beginning. But both players are more or less handling the first stage fairly well. It is Owl off to the early start with the 17 to Forky's 21. And now they'll have to deal with that one more time with Brock. So, 7 lines, 8 lines might be needed here. Oh, Owl not getting the chain that she wanted for sure. Forky not getting a great chain for topping off Brock either. So both players will be hitting a little bit of a road bump here. And it is Bbforky getting the better of the Brocks on that stage. And I think we can consider these players now neck and neck as the easy run truly begins.
Yes, this is where the opponents will start raising their stack. And, ooh, nice little lag chain from Forky there. That's a very fast way to send 4 lines. And that's 11. That is more or less what you are looking for these easy mode stages.
That certainly works. Oh, Owl's trying to set up other things. Does not have Misty topped off. You want to, like, always be chaining. Always be matching stuff. Like, the more time it takes you to set up something, honestly, the longer it's going to take you overall to win. And, like, that seems obvious, but you can certainly fall into a trap of going through a bunch of overcomplicated setups in order to get the best chain you can find, when oftentimes, especially on these lowest levels, you kind of just need the first chain available, not the fastest chain. So, double 4 strats, not necessarily necessary here. You can see Forky getting the 11-second Erica off of a quote-unquote suboptimal combo attack. Oh, I think Owl was trying to do a bit of a slide to extend the chain there, trying to slide a panel underneath a falling panel so that way it can match with a nearby panel for another chain. Bit of a cheeky chain extension. Bit of a cheekier chain extension that players who have been around the game for a little bit start to try and put into their play. And certainly these CPUs will certainly show off that that's possible. So maybe that's where they get it. Maybe that's where they get the idea to do it. Like when you first start out playing this game, you really do try to imitate your opponent without any other reference for how to play, because like the in-game tutorials are good for like showing off what is possible in these games, but whatever's practical in the middle of play, well, you kind of need to like play the game to really contextualize it all. And starting out, it can help to start by looking at how these opponents operate and see what they try to do, because they will show you some things that you may not have thought otherwise possible just from looking at the in-game help. And both players dealing with a little bit of a garbage clearing situation onto their respective stages. LuckyOwl definitely getting the worst of that exchange, and it is Bbforky off to a full stage lead with 3 stages to go.
Yeah, this is really late into easy mode. So pretty much more or less an insurmountable lead to try to come back from. Especially if Forky's just gonna keep getting 11-second stages.
Oh, that's probably the dagger. That garbage clear from Blaine is probably going to waste too much of Lucky Owl's time. I don't know how she comes back from this spot. Like, this requires a self-destruct from Bbforky, the likes of which we've never seen before. And like Forky's just taking care of business, doing what he needs to do to keep up. We're not, as far as I'm concerned, we're not really seeing the most of what Bbforky has to offer. So he definitely has the potential to make a deep loser's bracket run and really wreck things up, especially with that 9-second Giovanni to finish. 6:26. Once again, showing his adeptness at the lower levels. So that will give our 13 seed the third Pokeball and the win. So, yep, Bbforky taking care of business. And that will let him move on in the tournament. And I certainly hope we do see Lucky Owl again in the future tournaments, especially when we start the monthly events. Owl's definitely shown me a few things about how she extends chains that you can definitely build on for getting a better speedrun.
Ooh, all combos fell there. Hey, that was a good finish.
Pretty nice exclamation point on the match, all things considered. So hopefully we can see Lucky Owl again next time. Hope we can see her improve and progress, and be able. We might get a better version of her in the coming tournaments. We shall see. For now, let's make this result official. And with the 3-0 victory, Bbforky will be moving on to the next round. And I think honestly, from a personal perspective, I better not lose tomorrow, because the loser of my match with I Like Being Smart will have to deal with Bbforky. So I don't know, FFR. We better be on our A games tomorrow, or we're gonna have to deal with the winners of today's matches who swept their respective rounds. Like, I don't know. I don't know, FFR. We're definitely gonna have to make sure we get ready for tomorrow. How are you feeling about what you saw today from this match and from the other match?
Yeah, Bbforky and TA, showing once again they're putting on a good show for us with these games. We're hoping to see more of Lucky Owl and Octo-Oil as they continue to try and improve on their games for of course, when we start doing monthly tournaments for this game, and as well as continue with Tetris Attack. So, but yeah, that losers bracket's getting a fair bit scary down there now. We got what, Forky, TA, Deagle with sub 30s hard, Kanayo. Those are not slouches down there. So you know, hopefully you and I cards will be on top of our game come tomorrow.
Indeed, we will see the winners bracket play out tomorrow. And there's a view of the brackets right there. We'll have to correct that for the YouTube VOD. But it is going to be we're going to start off tomorrow with FFR Pro here against GamerX459 and Fate7799 and Tayman ND playing at the same time. So they're going to be in for quite the ruckus as V-Hard potentially gets introduced into the fray. Certainly a chance for both of those matches to go at least 4 games, so that V-Hard gets required. And once that level gets thrown in, who knows what the game will produce from there. And then we will conclude tomorrow's action with myself taking on I Like Being Smart and 6 up against Ty. So as we close up today's festivities, FFR, what are you hoping to see from the action tomorrow?
Well, now that we throw V-Hard into the popcorn bowl, we are going to be seeing a lot more of the variants and a lot more of some selective difficulty selection now that we have an additional option to pick from. So the picking's going to be pretty interesting now.
Yes, how much V-Hard will we see tomorrow? You'll just have to tune in then to find out. For FFR Pro 21 and everyone else at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, this has been Cards of the Heart, and until next time, everyone, happy puzzling.
Later.